Fahrenheit 451 essay. Essay on Fahrenheit 451 for students and children in English. The plot of Fahrenheit 451 novel begins with the protagonist named Guy Montag questioning his life and believing as a fireman after meeting his free thinking neighbor named Clarice. Guy Montage starts questioning his life and the system after pondering over whether he was happy with his life, on Clarice asking him the same. After much thought, he realized that his job and his relationship with his wife were neither fulfilling. Another important event in this story was of a day in Guy's workplace when his superior, Captain Betty, started ranting about how books are bad and the evils of reading a book. However, the captain strangely used a lot of quotes from literature to express her passionate hatred towards books, which the protagonist found to be very ironic. Soon after, on the same day at work, Guy came across a woman who refused to part from her collection of books and agreed to be burned in the same flames that the firemen were going to burn her books. This incident left the protagonist completely shaken and led him to steal a book from the scene of the so-called crime. After the episode in Guy Montage's job impacted his thought, he came home and revealed his secret stash of 20 books to his wife, Mildred. He also helped Mildred reading some of them in the hopes that it would recover the hopelessness he was feeling in his life and his marriage. And to achieve this, Guy Montag also sought help from a scholar named Faber, who he knew from a meeting in the park. The plot of Fahrenheit 451 takes a pivotal turn when his wife does not share his vision of reading books by going against the law as she turned Montag in. The fireman then showed up at their house to burn his books. However, Montag rebels by even going as far as killing Captain Beatty. A devious intention called the Mechanical Hound was then used for hunting down Montag. Guy Montag destroyed the original Mechanical Hound and fled, but soon after another one was sent. The protagonist escapes to the city following the train tracks as suggested by his scholar friend Faber. He meets a group of intellectuals after his escape. The group of intellectuals invited Guy Montag and sheltered him in the hopes of recovering the portion of the Bible that Montag had memorized. During their conversation, the city was bombed, and all of them saw the city turn to ruins in front of their eyes. However, one intellectual among them claimed an optimistic view of the situation by comparing humans to the phoenix that shall rise from its ashes one day. In this dystopian novel represent the firemen play a very important role as they were like the bearers of the law imposed by the oppressing government, which is very similar to what police are in our real life. And as if as a fireman the protagonist did not question and revolt against the law banning books in the novel, then the common people would have further continued to fall prey to the oppression of the corrupt government.